Hi, my name is John Alexander. I'm a product manager here at FamilySearch. We work in the records group, and I am here with my good friend.
Hi, I'm Ashley Jarvis. I am a product designer in the same record group as John.
Awesome, Ashley. So, why don't you tell us what we're looking at and what we're going to be talking about today?
Yeah, for sure. So, what we're currently looking at is a new volunteer experience called Get Involved. Here, you'll be able to see all of your contributions around the world and everything that you've done. And here's going to be the new home of web indexing, and also a new volunteer activity called Correct Names.
And that's what we're going to be talking through today, right? The correct names.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, will you go up a little bit and tell us what all I saw those different maps and countries and numbers. Tell us what really quick what those might mean on Get Involved.
Yeah, for sure. So we really want to help people connect with people and places. So we're going to have a list of places that you've worked on, and what kind of activities you've worked with. So if you've done web indexing in Mexico, for example, we'll show you the numbers there, along with on the card itself. And then same with correct places, correct names, placement improvements, stuff like that. So as you use all as you use all the volunteer stuff, you'll see how it affects you and other people.
Awesome. So, I know we want to talk about correct names. What can you tell me about what correct names is and what it's going to look like?
Yeah, for sure. Well, let me just show you. It'll be a lot easier. So here we're going to be given a lot of historical documents to review. So we have about 4 billion documents that haven't been indexed yet. So in order to go through these documents a little quicker and help people find their family members, we're going to have a computer go in, read the read the handwriting, and then come out with the names. And because computers make different mistakes than people do, we need your help. We need volunteers' help to go and review them. We have the match button. So if the highlights matches what you see in the text, then we want you to click match because, yeah, you did it. With the edit button, if it doesn't match, then we would like you to fix it by either clicking the edit button or clicking on the text field. So for example, this is Harry with a Y, and then the computer thought it was Harv. And then lastly, if you're not quite sure what it means, what the text is trying to say, it's totally okay to just click unsure. Because at least you're letting us know that you're not quite sure, and then we can send it to someone else who maybe has a little bit more practice with the handwriting style. And then lastly, sometimes the computer makes really big mistakes and it picks up things that aren't names at all. And so we'd love it if people would let us know so that we can fix it later. So yeah, we're just really, really grateful for whatever help people can give us, so that people can find their family members.
So, when users come to this, when they come try it for the first time, they'll see that kind of guide and walkthrough that explains everything we're doing. And really, all we're asking them to do is to say, we're going to highlight and show you a name, and you're going to tell us if it's wrong or right. And if it's wrong, fix it. And if you don't know, just click unsure. That's okay. Somebody else will check later, right?
Exactly.
Sweet. So why don't you show us a few on and how it works?
Yeah, so here is Mary Stevlins. At least that's what the computer thought. But as we can see in the document, there's like some sort of signature right here that spells okay. And the computer mistook this line as an L. And so what we're going to do is we're going to either click at the edit button or we're going to click on up top on the actual name and we're going to fix that. And then move on to the next one.
So I saw you click that submit button. What happens to the name or the data once that you submit it or save it?
So as soon as you submit it, the name is saved in real time, and then people can go into the search and they can look up that person's name. So whatever you fix here, people can find there throughout the site.
And so it's not happening like a 6 months or a year after it's happening now. So instead of not finding somebody named Mary Stevens, they could actually find the right Mary Stevens just because of that one small change, right?
Exactly. So whatever you save then will be shown as soon as you save it. But if you made a mistake or you realize you made a mistake, you can always click the back button within this batch and go fix it.
Go back to previous names that you might say, oh, I'm not sure that that's what that is.
Exactly. So I can go back and I can just go fix it immediately.
Great.
And then sometimes, so the computer, it's really smart, but sometimes it's not as smart as people. Here it thought that the Y and the dash, the crossed out, was part of John's name, but it's not. So we're going to just report that and let people know, let FamilySearch know so that we can fix it later. The EAO is reported. Then we can also fix it in real time right here.
So the idea is that over time, those kinds of errors can actually help the computer get better, right? And learn how to read this kind of thing more accurately.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the more we can teach the computer, the smarter we can get. And then hopefully we can get these things fixed for people a lot sooner.
So I have a question. We're going to let people like say, hey, I want to, like in this example that you're showing, I want to correct all of the Stevens in a certain county in Pennsylvania. And if you do that, I might look and say, hey, I'm related to a Thomas Stevens. What can I do? Can I see more information about him or about this information? How would that work?
All right, so to answer your first question, there is going to be another video more explaining more of that first part that we were at. And yeah, you will be able to search for a surname in a specific area. We just didn't show it here because it's going to be showed elsewhere. And then if you do find, like you're saying, Thomas Stevens, you're like, oh, I'm related to him. Then there's this cool little button on the bottom right called record details. And you can just click that and it'll pull it up in another tab. And then you can save it, you can review it, you can see all the other information the computer found about it and go fix that. It's a lot of wonderful things if you find someone who you want to go review it.
Yeah, and we want people to find people that they're interested in, right? We're asking each person to work on their family and their surnames and their areas. So there's a good chance they'll find relatives and they can stop and find new records, attach them to the tree, which I think is just a really great part of what these name corrections will do.
It really is. Like while I was using this feature, I actually did find a relative who I was related to. So it was really, really cool to find that. Like 1 in a billion, especially with Stevens. Stevens, my maiden name is widely used.
So I see as you're going through, you're now at 10 out of 20. Can you talk a little bit about how that works? Why 20? What happens if I don't do all 20? How does that work?
Yeah, so the only reason we're doing batching like this is because we want people to feel safe about where they're at, know where they're at while going throughout the experience. If we had it unlimited, then it would be a little hard to know when to stop or when you felt okay to stop. So, so that's why we do batching. If you decided that you wanted to leave right now, like you were doing this on your phone and you're like, oh no, I need to leave, then it's totally okay to just click back. As soon as you click match or you edit it or ensure, everything is saved immediately. And then we're just really grateful for anything you can do. So you don't have to be worried about losing anything. You don't
Awesome.
have to worry about getting out.
Yeah, so even just doing one is something. It helped, right?
Exactly. Your one change could help someone find a family member. And I think that's super cool.
Yeah, this is really exciting.
So I'm going to skip to near the end.
Yeah, you kind of get a feel that once you sort of start going through these, that you could go fast. So now you've kind of completed the 20 that you got, right?
Yeah, and having a little bit of a mistake. It's, oh, there we go. So yeah, after you complete a batch, um, yeah, like you get used to this. You can go a little faster, especially with the handwriting after you start recognizing things. But at the very end, we're going to thank you for helping us because we are really grateful for anything that people can do. You're welcome to share it and help to share the experience and let people know what you've done, and invite people to come volunteer their time as well. And then you can also, if you want to keep going, you can pick the size of batch that you want. So maybe you want to continue doing 20 at a time, or you want to do 50, or you're really into this and you want to do unlimited. So we'll let people decide what, how many they want to do at a time.
And not if they like click maybe later or go back to get involved, what would they see?
So it's not built in just yet, but when they click maybe later, they'll go to that first page that we saw. And there they can see what they've done here, their contributions here, put into that dashboard.
That's great. Well, I think I'm very, very excited about letting people try this, Ashley. And I think that this is going to be a great way for people to get involved. If you've tried indexing in the past and it was too hard for you, and we know that it's happened with people, with a lot of people, or whatever else, then this might be just the right thing for you to do. Another comment is this is also going to be available on the mobile app. Um, and there's another demo about this, but it's a very similar experience. So people can do this on their phone. They can do it on the computer, on their desktop computer, or whatever, their tablet. So we're really happy to share and have people try out these new experiences.
Yeah,
And thank you so much, Ashley, for your expertise in walking us through all of that.
and thank you. Super excited to let people try this and let me know what you think.
Great. All right. Well, feel free to comment or ask us questions. And thanks for watching our video.
Thanks, guys.